again, I always say this, but everything with the altcoins runs around Bitcoin at the moment. And so when you have Bitcoin selling off, the altcoins are going to do the same thing, but more aggressively usually. Although the problem is the altcoins have sold off so much. So when I'm looking at QANX, you know, look at it, it's sold off so much that how much more selling is there? This is a question. How low, how far further low can it go? Well, based on this kind of this pattern here, the 1-to-1 actually takes us down to 0.01199. Where are we now? 167071. Effectively filling this gap. This is the gap. You see that? Between these two red candles. There's a gap there. And we're trying to fill it. We're trying to fill it all the way down to there, actually. I'm trying to fill this gap. That's what's happening now with the price action. That's what it looks like. But when you draw the volume, when you redraw the volume, update it, we're still in a range. That's really what's happened. We're in a range. That's it. We've gone sideways for a good part of 4 years. We're in the 5th year now. So it looks like, I mean, in a sense, you can argue, look, this is a really bearish pattern. It's a rounding top, which it is. Yeah. But in the same sense, you can say, well, actually, we're just in a sideways horizontal range. Value area, that's the range high, and this is the range low. And naturally, when you're trying to accumulate, you want to accumulate the range lows, don't you? You sell the highs, you buy the lows. So we're kind of coming into buying territory. We've basically come all the way down to fill this engulfing candle. We're getting a little bit of buying here, but unfortunately we've taken out the low, so it's not, it looks like it wants to go down further, doesn't it? We've taken out the monthly low. We have to see how the month ends, because if you end with a close above the previous month low, then I think that would be quite bullish for a reversal. But if you close underneath previous month low, you could still have a reversal, but it's a little bit more bearish. In that it's actually quite bearish, because you could have continuation too. The price could still go further down. So we just have to be aware of that. And we are getting buying, we are getting selling. Yeah, and the selling is quite strong. You can see the selling has actually kind of increased. And we still have buying though. So it's a tricky one, but if you want to play it safe, then realistically you kind of want this outer trend line, something like that, or even steeper. To break effectively, and eventually in the future it will. Sometime in the future, eventually, as time passes, it will break. We don't know when, we don't know where exactly, but it'll break. That's kind of safety, isn't it? Just wait for that outer trend line break, and then there'll be a massive rush. Like I said before, the thing is, if you do get a mad rush, you're going to end up with a crazy break, and then you're basically FOMO. So when you're coming into kind of a higher time frame range, this is the range, coming to the range low now. And you just have to have the right strategy for accumulation. Just having a look at these higher time frame candles. That last 6-month candle was bearish, you see that? It closed lower than the previous candle, and this next 6 months, look, immediate sell. So what you really want is we want the next 6 months to close higher than the previous 6 months, unless we're going to kind of really visit the lows there with QANX. possibly heading for that lower target that I said. Let's have a look at the X page. See what's cooking. $825% jump in 1 year doesn't happen by accident. This is an inflection point for cybersecurity thread. What is that? Don't know. I don't really understand this post, but it is a thread. Everyone's locked into AI. I wish they would make it noob friendly so noobs could understand. Like me, I'm a noob. Industry first signal when Airbus starts planning for fault tolerant quantum. Yeah. Nothing interesting. I don't know. I really don't know. Actually, this is the wrong chart, isn't it? I usually I made a mistake and I did my analysis on my old charts. Let me go there anyway. Have a look, see what I had cooking there. Oh, it's taken the low, hasn't it? That's the problem. Very speculative. It's taken the low, and the longer it goes, then the more this breaks, the less likely it is to be. What we need is a pump. This is the kind of moment. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen, because we need an explosion. It's annoying. But I mean, it did take the low. I mean, if you think about it, even though it did take that low, it's a very slight swing failure. Look, you see that? It took that low and then the price went up 17%. So they're pretty good, these swing failures. But we need a pump, huh? Otherwise, this is going for lower. Let me have a look at this kind of higher time frame. What was I looking at? Timings wise, May, September. And then I had it going, yeah, much lower. The golden pocket. Yeah. We need a market structure change, really, which we're not getting because we keep on putting lower lows. That's the problem. Lower low. Then we need a higher high. I mean, that was a bullish engulfing on the daily. You see that? So again, you are getting some bullish buying. This is 2 bullish engulfings in a row with a swing failure. This could be a double bottom, but if we hit the low again, that's it. It's going for further down. So we can't hit with another swing failure. There is bad. It's not good. Unfortunately. Yeah. It'd be nice to have that monthly candle close above the previous month low. That's really where my mind is right now. How many more days in the month? 7, 8 more days. So if we can hold here for 8 more days above that previous month low, then we'll have a nice February. So let's just see what happens. All right. Otherwise, again, it's like I said, 2 cents was your resistance. Basically, these lows actually, it's your resistance. We need to cross them, and The problem is the next time this goes up, you'll get sold into, won't it? So it has to be a convincing buy. It can't just be a it has to be with volume to break that level. Otherwise, we are heading for lower. And it still looks okay. I mean, on a higher time frame, if this is some kind of crazy expanded flat, you're now coming into the buy zone. Is it not a sell zone? It's coming to a buy zone. The lower prices. Right, that's QANX. That would be the drop of death, coming down to this, to some kind of midpoint. But it would be nice to get a pump first, like a real, I don't know, we'll see. Not financial advice. Yeah, I do like these candles. You're getting some nice bullish buying, huh? But there's no follow through. That's the problem at the moment. And it doesn't look like there's any sign of mainnet. So I don't know. Where's the mainnet? Bring me the mainnet. Okay, what's this one? I read this already. Dude, why'd you post a Medium? You need a membership for that. Which I don't have. Whatever. Actually, I think I can read it. As governments, whatever. God, it's so long and boring. Alright, let me just try something just for fun. Based on this article and others that you find, when will the Quan platform mainnet be launched? Use your best guess. When in doubt. What are you? No, Quan mainnet. What the hell? No specific date. So annoying, huh? Yeah, I don't look. Even AI is struggling. Audit still in progress. That's nothing new. Based on the provided Medium article from late 2025 positions, whatever. I reviewed the official Quan platform roadmap, which confirms that after exit, past whatever. Quantum safe Bitcoin forks. Okay. My best guess, synthesizing this progress, the mainnet is likely to launch in Q2 2026, April to June, assuming the final integration audit wraps up in Q1. Yeah, it could slip to mid-26. But the momentum from the completed QVMX link audits and partnerships suggests they're on track for a spring summer. I guess what we're looking for is a green month, and then that's going to be sold into probably a test at 2 cents and then down. If because right now this is looking really bearish, it's looking really bearish, and then you'll get a sell-off. Again, it's all to do with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin isn't looking good at the moment, is it? It's pretty bearish at the moment. Maybe we get, not this, maybe we get a Wyckoff accumulation schematic on Bitcoin. And if that happens, then we're taking the low, and maybe that will be the pivot low for Quant platform. That's kind of where my mind is at now on Bitcoin. And so if we do take out that low at 80k, 80.5k, maybe that will be the pivot low on a lot of the altcoins, including QANX, right? So anyway, I hope that helps. Probably not, but anyway, it's not financial advice, just entertainment. Let me have a look at the next token, and then I'm going to go because I have to rush.